Folks, I'm the Lost Mapper, and today we're going to do day 2 of the 30-day map challenge, and that is lines. So let's get some lines onto our map. I've got a project started already with a folder set up for it. I'm going to add OpenStreetMap. My plan here is to do a map of the interstates in the US. So what I want to look for is US roads shapefile. And I'm just going to go with this 2019 set of roads. And I'm going to download this shapefile. Feel free to go and try and find a newer one. I'm going to head over to my folders, open those up. And that is finished downloading. I'm going to move that downloaded folder into my project. And then I'm going to head back to my project and open up Project Home and open up that folder. And I will add this shapefile by double clicking it. It's telling me it needs to do some transformation because this was in a different coordinate reference system. I'm just going to go with the default one for now. And we've got a bunch of roads here. Now, if I right click and open up the attribute table, I can see that there's almost 18,000 or 17,495 entries. And I can also see that there are repeats where the same entry is popping up multiple times, and I assume that's because each of these is a single part feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Collect Geometries under the geometry tools to combine all features, all these single part features into multi-part feature based on the full name and this RT type, which I believe is the road type. So I'm going to choose full name and RT type, head back. I'm going to create a temporary layer for now and hit run. And once that's finished, it will add it to my map. I'm going to close this attributes table and let's open up this one for the collected. All right, so now we only have 2,467. And I am interested in interstates, which I believe is I, but why don't we try to find out what this RT type is? So our source was Tiger Line. So let's say Tiger RT type. Route type codes and definitions. And we've got C for county, I for interstate. So yeah, we want interstate. So let us filter this layer. I'm going to right click and choose filter. I'm going to choose RT type and I'm going to say where RT type equals I. Test that out. And now I only have 270 rows. I'm going to right click on this and choose show feature count. And that will actually put the number right next to the layer. And we can remove the other one for now. And I'm actually going to save this one. So right now it's a temporary layer with a little microchip on there telling you it's in memory. If I right click on this and choose export, I can save those features. The other way to do this is to right click and choose make permanent. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as a geo package. I'm going to save this inside of that project folder. And I think I'll just call this roads. Fantastic. All right, so now we've got that file here, roads with the collected roads. Now it's still pretty busy. I'm actually going to shut off OpenStreetMap for the time being, and there's a lot of little fiddly bits all around. So what I'd like to do is maybe only show the longest interstates. So I'm going to open up the attribute table. And I'm going to calculate a row. So I'm going to open up the field calculator. I'm going to create a new field, not a virtual one. I'm going to call this length. And if I open this up a little bit more, I'm going to search for a length function. And I think I want to use this one. This $length returns the length of a line string. And I'm going to double click on that to call that. And we can see there's some entries already. Not entirely sure what this measurement is. I believe the layer is in degrees. I don't know that this is meters, or I don't think it's degrees. That would make no sense. You can't have 18,000 degrees and not go around the globe a few times. And then I'm going to sort by that length. And I think I would like to pick, maybe the top 20 or so. So if we're at 270 and we scroll back up to 250, maybe we'll just grab everything that is longer than 2 million. So I'm going to go back into my filter. Where is it? So when you have, since I added a column, my layer is actually in edit mode right now. So you can see the pencil is on. And when you do that, you can't alter the filter. So you need to shut that off, save your changes. And then when you right click, you can get to your filter. And let's go with length is greater than, what did I say, 200,000. We got 85 rows. What if we make, all right, there we go. That's a good number. Now we've got fewer roads on that map. And to differentiate these, I'm going to head into the symbology. And we're going to choose categorize. And the value will be based on the name of the road. And a little trick here, if I want to alter the style of everything that's going to be generated when I hit classify, I can edit this symbol first. So I actually want to make this a little bit thicker. And then I'll hit classify, and I've got my roads now. And they're all different colors. It's a little hard to see maybe on this white background. So let's go back and look for US states shapefile. And we're going to grab the National Weather Service one. Download this again. Head to our files. Wait for that to finish. Copy it over or move it over. Head back to our project. Open up that folder and add it. And then we want to move it down below our collected roads. And then let's update the style of this. Let's make the inside black. And then let's make a white border in between the states. That looks pretty cool. And why don't we zoom to our road layer, and now we can see everything. And we'll save our project, and then let's make a layout for this. New print layout. We call this landscape since it's a wide map. I'm going to open up this window. There's a little trick in macOS. So normally this button will just open up full screen, but if you hold down the option button, it changes, sometimes it changes to a little plus sign. You can see normally it's a little double arrow. If I hold plus, it changes. If I hold option, it changes to a plus sign, and that will just make it fill the screen, but not jump into full screen mode. And we're going to add our map. This button. Draw out a rectangle. Wait for it to show up. And make a little more room for ourselves. Let's add a label for the title and also leave some room for our attribution. Let's add a title. Call this, move myself out of the way again, Longest US Interstates. Let's update the font, make it 36, and change it to Futura. And head back out here, pull this up a little bit and center that title. And then let's add another label at the bottom here. Myself out of the way again. All right. And then in here, we want to say that the states are provided by the National Weather Service. And the roads are from United States Census Bureau. And then why don't we also put the dates on these, since that is kind of an important part of that. So this one was 2019. And the states from the National Weather Service are from 2023. And let's move those over to the right. And now we have a nice map. I'm also going to add a frame again. And let's not have that frame butt up into the text. Cool. That looks pretty nice. Since we have 23 entries, let's add a legend. So one of these buttons over here, this guy, that's the one. We're going to draw a legend. We might need to move the map a little bit. And inside of this legend, oh, it's already figured out. In our legend, we don't want to include OpenStreetMap. We don't want to include the state outlines. So let's uncheck auto update, and then we're going to remove those two. And now we've got our roads, and we can see the colors. Probably not the best legend for representing these, because there's so many that the colors kind of be hard to discern. Let's also add a frame, maybe call this legend, spell it right, and add a frame as well. And then let's get these lined up. And then there's an entry for the uncategorized one. I believe if we head into the item properties for this, we can go down to the bottom, click on that entry and remove it. Now, if you ever made changes, you want to probably come in here and hit update all, but that's fine for now. And then let's fix this layout again. And I think that's good for now. So I'm going to save this and then export it as a PDF. Let's call this day 2, US Interstates. And then stick with the default settings. And then I'm also going to save a PNG. I think we only need 72 DPI, and I'm going to make the page width 1280. All right, not the prettiest map, but you got some lines onto the page. See you tomorrow.